It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBsports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening. Welcome onto the campus of Bristol High School here in Bristol Borough, PA, the home of the Warriors, as we get you ready for high school football tonight on the WBCB Sports Network. Tonight, the Bristol Warriors host the new Hope-Solebury Lions. And what's at stake? The PIAA District 1 2A title. Great to have you with us tonight on WBCB. Tonight's game brought to you by St. Mary Medical Center, Jen Shorn for DA, McCaffrey's Food Markets. This is the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. McCaffrey's exceptional every day. And we have a pretty exceptional night for high school football. A little bit chilly and cool, but the wind, thankfully, has died down. I want to thank some other community partners who have joined us to make tonight's game possible. Mill Street Pharmacy, Papa's Pretzel Place, Ralph DiGiuseppe, General Contractor Services, Finney McGee's Pub, JT & Sons Excavating and Concrete, the Trentonian. This is the Trentonian pregame show kickoff coming up in just a moment. And the Bristol Warriors, another outstanding season. And what else is at stake and on the line tonight, guys, as we welcome Gus Barber and Mackay Gundy into our pregame activities? It is the potentially sixth straight district title that the Warriors can pick up with a victory here tonight. So a lot on the line.
Yeah, a lot at stake, a lot to play for tonight. So that's why you just got to relax, know your game, go out there, just try to have a fun night.
And of course, Mackay, what else is on the line? Your high school football season, because we're in the postseason now. You got to win in order to survive and advance. Just another motivator for both these teams.
Yeah, got to win to survive, just like you said, especially for the seniors out there. This might be your last time playing football, basically ever, unless you play, backyard football with your friends. So you definitely want to go out there and just leave it all out there on the line here today.
All right, the Bristol Warriors coming off of a couple of big wins. Here come the New Hope-Solebury Lions taking the field. New Hope-Solebury 3-8 this season. And they get ready to, it's Saturday, it's fight night tonight here in Bristol.
Yeah, we don't really see many Saturday night primetime football here in the borough, but we got some tonight, and it should be a fun one. Like you said, nice weather night, not too cold right now, but hopefully the wind stays down, so that stays the case.
Yeah, normally we get the big noon kickoff on a Saturday for high school football, but tonight, primetime action underneath the lights here in the borough. New Hope-Solebury led by senior quarterback Chase Lumio, and their leading rusher this season is senior Jake Peterson, and also they'll take some strikes potentially to Noah Colon. But Gus, you brought up kind of exactly what Coach Ciotti was touching on when we got a moment with him before the game, that they need to handle their business, and he's hoping they can get off to a good start here and hopes his team really kind of gets back to the basics tonight. And, they don't need anything fancy, nothing special, and just do what they do, what they've done throughout this season.
Yeah, it's not sexy football, but when you can play football where it's efficient, you limit your mistakes, and you just play a good brand of football, you have a really good shot of winning that game. Obviously, sometimes it's not the most flashiest play, but it's the most efficient way. And like you said, if they just play their brand of football tonight, stay committed with what they normally do, they have a really good shot of winning against this New Hope-Solebury team.
And here they are, the 2025 Bristol Warriors, looking for their sixth straight 2A district title with a win tonight. Great to have you with us on WBCB. Bristol led by senior quarterback Brady Slate, and he has thrown for over 1,000 yards this season. Coach Oros up here to see us. Great to see Coach Oros hooking us up with a little T-shirt action.
Some nice gear, some Bristol gear. The high school athletics, great job by them.
And not only has Brady Slate thrown for over 1,000 yards, Mackay, he's also rushed for more than 500. So really a dual threat presence for the Warriors at the QB spot.
Yeah, dual threat indeed. That's what you need in the sport nowadays. You look around in college football and the NFL, you just see a lot of dual threats. You know, you got your Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, you know, Justin Herbert. You can just name them a bunch. Even the New York Giants' new quarterback, Dart, he's been able to showcase his arm and legs. So dual threat is definitely the way to go.
And QB Brady Slate out there representing the Warriors with one of his main targets through the air, Khalil Cottrell. He has 13 touchdowns. He also has more than 1,000 yards receiving this season. He, Brady Slate, and running back Braylon Williams all eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark in last week's win over Jenkintown. And it is the Warriors winning the coin flip to get started. They'll defer to the second half, and they'll kick off to New Hope to get things started.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think that was just some theatrics, Chris, because we saw them do it earlier before we went live. They have to do it right before the game, though. Show all of our fans what the decision was, but it was that decision.
And that's how we get things started tonight. High school football on the WBCB Sports Network. Again, the PIAA District 1 2A title game. The Warriors hosting the Lions. And big thanks to McCaffrey's Food Markets. Proud to support our local schools in our hometown communities. And right now we are going to step aside and return to the field for the kickoff of tonight's game on WBCB.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I've stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Welcome back to the home of the Warriors, Bristol High School here in Bristol Borough. In the shadow of the Grundy Tower. On a Saturday night, we get this one underway. And it's been more downs than ups for New Hope-Solebury this season. A tough one, but they're looking to pull a big-time upset here in this 2A title game. Meanwhile, for New Hope, a great year, an 8-2 record. They beat 4 4A teams this year. They're a 2A team, and only 2 losses are by 1 score. They beat Executive for the first time in 5 years. They beat ANC for the first time in 8 years, and we are underway tonight. Ball comes down and taken by Noah Colin. Kickoff from First League kicker Talon Nemeth. And at the 25 is where the Lions will get things going with the first drive of tonight's game.
I'll tell you what, that was a really nice boot from the kicker right there in the opening kickoff. And nobody talks about it, but special teams is a serious asset in the game of football. If you can win 2 of the 3 assets of football, offense, defense, and special teams, you have a real good shot at winning the game. And when your kicker sets up the other team that far in field position because he's got that good of a leg, that's helping your team out and helping you win one of those aspects of the game.
Again, senior QB Chase Lumio, signal caller for the Lions, and they do this creative formation right here as they send the offensive line all the way to the far side of the field. Now a man in motion, and they snap the football to their running back, Jake Peterson, and the Bristol Warriors are all over him. He's brought down by Braylon Williams and a host of other Warrior defenders. Trying to get tricky, it didn't work.
Yeah, tried to get a little fancy with the first play, set a tone, but did not work out at all as Bristol was sniffing that out. A good job of not getting too antsy or getting, little happy feet, seeing that weird formation.
Yeah, that can make you nervous.
Yeah.
And they did maintain their poise. It's a loss of 4.
And I'll tell you what, just realizing as, somebody who engineers this game, there's no hash mark, so figuring out the yardage tonight is going to be real tricky.
And the run to Peterson goes nowhere. A loss of a yard there as they drop him back to the 20 and make it a 3rd and 15. So Coach Ciotti knew that the Lions were going to try to run the football with Jake Peterson. But right now they are well scouted so far. A good start for this Bristol defense. See if they can get off the field here with a 3rd and long.
Talented defense, nonetheless.
4 receivers here for Lumio, 2 to either side of the formation. He drops back, looking downfield, has some time. Flag is thrown, and he's hit as he lets it go. Incomplete, and we'll see what the flag is about. From that spot, probably a hold on the Lions. And yeah, the initial indication is it's on New Hope-Solebury for holding.
Yeah, and had to hold the ball there and try to work out of the pocket because, as you saw, Bristol only bringing 3 men on the defensive line. They declined it. But 3 men coming from the defensive line, so a lot of guys dropping back. 8 men in the defensive backfield helping lock down all the doors and windows for the receivers, and that made the quarterback have to hold the ball and made them commit the holding penalty on the offensive line.
Chris Reeder back to punt for New Hope-Solebury. Khalil Cottrell, Talon Nemeth, the guys deep, ready to receive the kick.
Yeah, this isn't a good start so far for New Hope coming into this game.
A little bit of a high snap, but they get the kickoff. It's a little bit of a low line drive, takes a hop, picked up by Nemeth, and he is hit immediately. Not the best decision right there to try to make a play on that football. Nice job by Parker Taylor to make a statement with that hit right there.
Yeah, he's going to remember that for the rest of the game. He got smacked as soon as he picked up the ball. I understand what he's thinking, but with the defender that close to him, might as well just let that thing roll and let the kicking team down it.
Brady Slate, QB for this Bristol team, looking at Lycoming College, maybe Muhlenberg. He's 67 for 111 with 1,158 yards thrown, and here he's just going to hand the ball off on 1st down up to the 45, a little bit more for Braylon Williams. Tackle made by Jake Peterson. A pretty good chunk of yardage right there. They pick up 7.
And I don't know if anybody can hear, but we have some of the New Hope-Solebury coaches near us broadcasting, so you'll hear their voices throughout the night.
Well, the winner here will meet the winner, the District 12 champ, as the handoff, a big gain right there. Bryce Bornice down the far sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown. A 45-yard touchdown strike for Bryce Bornice. And the Warriors are on the scoreboard first with a quick strike. It's 6-0 with 9:24 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a really good job of working it to the outside, finding the lane, and your blockers holding their blocks and not committing flags, tiptoeing down the sideline. Great job to get into the end zone here for the Bristol Warriors' first drive of the game.
An explosive play for Bristol. The extra point from Nemeth is good. 7-0 as we come back up the field, and the offense strikes quickly. One of the things Coach Ciotti was hoping for was that they handle their business, and I think he was kind of suggesting a quick start is what he's hoping for or expecting, talking to his players about, and they come through big time.
Yeah, I don't know how much more quick you can get there. Getting a 3 and out on defense, getting the ball back, and scoring within your first couple plays, that's pretty darn quick if you ask me.
A good start for Bristol here in the McCaffrey's game of the night. And they will kick off once again, give it to Nemeth. Nemeth, a first-team kicker last year, great student, great teammate, takes dual enrollment AP classes, and also big contributions on the football field. Angled to the far side, and this one he cannot keep in bounds. That's not what they were looking for, as the flag comes out for the procedure infraction, and will give New Hope-Solebury a pretty good spot on the field, as they'll mark them at the 35. And they'll get their second drive of the night underway.
Yeah, good job last time, booting that thing deep down and pinning New Hope-Solebury back. This time, not so much, as New Hope-Solebury just lets that thing bounce, goes out of play, and we all know that's a flag. So
the defense was up to the task the first time, but you don't want to give any free yardage out. That time they do with that out-of-bounds kick. Noah Colin in motion. Guys moving all over here.
Everybody's
for
moving.
New Hope. Now they finally get set. Now the linemen again do that swinging door or swinging gate kind of thing. And they're trying to get set. They're not ready to go. And now finally, they're set. Look like there's some movement there.
Yeah, it looks. I think I saw it as well.
And now a flag comes out. That might be delay a game.
Yeah, either that or a false start. I definitely saw number 72 flinch once or twice.
It is a delay. Again, trying to get tricky and exotic with some of these looks and formations. Didn't work the first time they tried that, and this one also backfires with the delay game. Just never got set in time.
That was an interesting call.
Yeah, and you usually don't see these at the start of the game. This is usually something that you try to pull out of your back pocket, really.
Yeah, not what you think is the bread and butter of an offense, but
Yep.
getting right to it tonight are the Lions. Under center is Lumio. Hands off to Peterson. And again, no gain. This time coming away from the play is Dejan Weeks. And the junior pumped up about that stop. I don't know, maybe they got a yard. 2nd and 14. And the Lions trying to find out what might work tonight against this tough defense. A defense that's well seasoned. Mentioned this 2A Bristol team has played some 4A teams, big schools, and had success against them. On 2nd and 14, they drop back, throw through the air, intending for Parker Taylor. It's incomplete, as the throw too much on it from Chase Lumio brings up 3rd and long.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how good this Bristol team is. Like you said, this 2A team beating some 4A teams. That's a pretty big deal. Nobody really knows the difference of talent that each of those different conferences has, but there's a real difference. So for them to go up 2 and beat not one but multiple teams, that goes to show you how well this team is.
And doing it with a very impressive senior class. Seniors that have been a big part of the success mentioned. They're going for their 6th straight district title tonight. Lumio throws, targeting Peterson, but incomplete. Makes it 4th and long, and the Lions again have to bring out the punt unit.
Yeah, deja vu. First play, try to get tricky, and doesn't work, get flagged. Then you go 3 and out with a 4th and 15 and now have to punt it. Not the way you want to start this game if you're new Hope-Solebury.
Nemeth and Cottrell ready to receive the kick here for the Bristol Warriors. 8:27 on the first quarter clock. End over end line drive kick takes a big hop, and Nemeth this time a little more of a wise decision. Lets that skip down the field across the 30, and there is a flag thrown behind the play. We'll see what this is about as the Bristol Warriors will get the football back. We'll see where their second drive starts. Face mask on Bristol.
See a face mask on Bristol, 5-yard penalty.
Don't really see too much of those, during a punt or a kickoff, really.
Yeah, always looking for the hold or the block in the back, but this time face mask, and when they mark off the penalty yardage, it's a 1st and 10 on the Bristol 24 for the Warriors. Last time they gave to Braylon Williams. He's got 117 rushes, and here they throw. Little pass out to the flat off the hands of Kyleel Cottrell, and incomplete. Cottrell is very close to, he eclipsed the 1,000-yard milestone last week in their win, as did Williams and Brady Slate. And he's 3 yards away from setting a school mark for receiving yardage in a season.
That's pretty good.
Be pretty awesome to see him achieve that tonight.
And you've seen a lot of really good talent come out of this Bristol program the last so many years.
The give is to Williams. Williams gets to that second line of defense, but can't get past the Lion linebackers. Picks up about 5 up to the 29-yard line. So 3rd and 5, a little tempo here for Bristol as they quickly get back to the line of scrimmage. Slate from the gun calls for it, gives to Williams, but I think they were moving. Yeah, false start called against Bristol. So it'll make it a 3rd and 10.
The false start on the Warriors. Back them up 5.
Well, both these teams maybe with a little nerves, a little energy here in this District 1 2A title game. Because we've seen our fair share of flags in the early going against both squads. All right, so they mark it off. Looks like 3rd and a long 9. Slate pulls it down, throws downfield, looking for Cottrell. He's double teamed, and it's incomplete. Pass broken up by Noah Colin and Nick Ferlazzo. And just too much traffic there for Cottrell to bring that one down. He was trying to make a play on the ball, but the two defenders and the football and Cottrell all kind of met at the same time.
Yeah, and a good job to not really cause anything to make the ref throw a flag if you're the DB. Put your hands up, not really fighting with him, and
it was
even
good
battle.
timing.
Oh,
Slate with a punt, and he will throw the football. It's complete. And on 4th down, that's going to be a turnover on downs. Eddie Diaz caught the football, and I'm not sure if that was a broken play. I don't think that was a designed fake punt. Quarterback Brady Slate is the punter for this team, and he's upset with himself.
weird looking play. Yeah, you don't know if it's designed punt fake or it was just, like you said, a broken play that ended up causing a real bad turnover, but
And credit to the Lions, Makai. A good rush there. They were in his face.
Yeah, exactly. You know, New Hope got some good fortune on here on this run right now.
And now a short field. Can they take advantage of it? The handoff up the gut they give to Parker Taylor, who's lined up as a fullback, and he goes nowhere. And then with the football, there was Jake Peterson at the end of the play.
Number 67, Gabe Freeway, and number 7, Braylon Williams.
So back to the line of scrimmage. That's it for the Lions. 2nd and 10. As we're under the 7-minute mark in quarter number 1. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Chris Ermer with Gus Barber, Makai Gundy. Great to have you with us here in Bristol Borough. Fight night on Saturday night between these two teams. And the Lions trying to strike a blow. Wildcat here with Peterson taking the direct snap and trying to run off tackle, but that play taking a little too, a moment too long to develop, and this Bristol Warrior defense all over Braylon Williams with a nice tackle.
Yeah, he didn't really get off to a good, burst of speed on that one. Probably was searching for a hole, but no hole really opened up for him.
This time, senior quarterback Chase Lumio back in the mix. Lions trying to get creative tonight, doing that swinging door formation. Some wildcat stuff with Peterson. And now under center is Lumio. Play action. Pressured, looking for somewhere to go with that. Didn't have anywhere to throw it. In his face was junior Eddie Diaz, and he's just got to throw that one away. And brings up 4th and 10.
Man, a good choice. At least throw that away. Don't take the sack. Because now don't have that bad of a shot to make this field goal, as it's not too far. I believe it's going to be like a 20. I don't even know. I can't tell. There's no hash marks.
Yeah, they're looking at a 35-yard field goal. They're setting it up right at the 25. And now it looks like they may move it a little bit closer. And Bristol calls timeout before the Chris Reeder kick. As we got 5:23 on the clock in the first quarter. High school football on WBCB. Warriors in front of the Lions, 7-0. Proud to sponsor portions of tonight's Bristol High School football playoff game is Ralph DiGiuseppe, Bristol Borough Council President. Ralph has been a resident of Bristol for 70 years and has always been active in the community, especially supporting the youth of Bristol Borough. Ralph DiGiuseppe wishes the Warriors the best of luck tonight and hopes you're enjoying tonight's game. Portions of tonight's game are being brought to you as a public service by Ralph DiGiuseppe, your Bristol Borough Council President. And we thank him for being with us tonight for the game. Thanks also to Mill Street Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy in Bristol at 416 Mill Street. And proud to be with us tonight for some Bristol football playoff action. And Mill Street Pharmacy wishing the Warriors the best of luck. Well, they were setting up for the field goal, and instead, a timeout, and now a new approach for New Hope-Solebury. They go for it on 4th and long with Lumio in the gun, drops back, looking downfield, has time, throws over the middle, incomplete, targeting Taylor. Just off of his hands, kind of thrown a little bit behind the receiver. That was a tough one. Dejan Weeks there defensively for the Warriors, and they take over at the 18-yard line. Yeah, tough to see the yard markers over there, but third drive now for Bristol after their last one stalled out, and as they tried to punt, they gave New Hope-Solebury a great spot on the field, but the defense makes a stand, gets it right back for this Warrior offense.
And it's interesting because it looked like New Hope was going to set up for a field goal, but instead.
Slate there, hands off to Williams, and he works the sideline And it picks up a big chunk of yardage up to the 40-yard line. Picks up 24 and a first down for Bristol.
Yeah, I stopped myself because it looked like he had more yards to go for himself right there. But it looked like New Hope was getting ready for a field goal on the previous play, but instead decided to change their mind after the timeout was called and decided to go for it.
Yeah, interesting decision there because they were looking at a 35-yard field goal attempt. Double wing to the near side as Slate pulls it down, gives to Williams. Williams running room to the outside, makes a couple of men miss. Cut back at the 40, up to the 35, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Jake Peterson, and good job as he pursues the football from behind because Williams was dancing all over the field, and it's a first down at the 30.
Looked like a video game right there, going back and forth, shaking off tacklers, making cuts left and right. Big gain. Wow, what a play.
Yeah, some nifty stuff right there from Williams. And Williams this season came into tonight's game with 1,005 yards gained on the ground. Has 9 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Slate under center, gives to Bornice. Bornice won't go down, pops up and the ball pops out. Who's got it? The Warriors are able to recover the fumble. Wow, that got wild right there. Kyleel Cottrell able to find the football.
And the craziest part amongst all that, the Bristol Warriors gained yards on that play.
They pick up a little bit, makes it 2nd and 9 here as we get under the 4-minute mark of quarter number 1. Yeah, but the only time they've really had negative plays was the one punt attempt that went sideways and some of the false start, some of the penalty stuff that's gone against Bristol. Certainly need to clean that up. One thing Coach Ciotti was telling me before the game, they always get a great battle here from this new Hope-Solebury team. A throw over the middle on the slant, incomplete, looking for Beauplan.
Yeah, I think he just got too excited on that one, just seeing him so wide open on that play.
And I think that ball might have got tipped at the line or something. It was a weird looking ball coming out, and it looked like it was a floating duck.
I mean, the other thing I'll speculate on was that I think maybe he thought his receiver was going to take a little bit of a different angle on that route. But either way, a little miscommunication brings up 3rd and 9 from the 28. Slate takes the snap, pulls it down, quarterback keeper to the 15-10-5 into the end zone. Brady Slate with a 29-yard rushing TD to make it 13-0 with 3:23 remaining in quarter number 1. The Warriors add to their lead. And Slate adds to his impressive season. Came in with 10 rushing TDs. He's now got 11.
And another good job of his teammates setting blocks, not doing too much to cause a flag, and doing their assignment to cause an easy lane for him to get in.
The extra point is good by Nemeth. 14-0. Bristol in front of New Hope-Solebury with 3:23 remaining in the first quarter of the McCaffrey's game of the night. Well, we talked about the good start that Bristol got off to. Got a little shaky there for a moment, but back on schedule now with that successful drive. Yeah, 29-yarder for Slate. Nemeth has been very good when it comes to extra points this season as well. He's 29 for 34. I guess, what is that now? He's hit 2 tonight, so he's 31 for 36 on the season. He's got it teed up. This time, end over end, angled kick comes down, taken by Lumio. And Lumio doesn't get far. Dejan Weeks is there with another good special teams play. So 1st and 10 for the Lions. And this drive will start at their own 29-yard line.
Be 1st and 10 for New Hope, their own 29.
Yeah, Bristol have been really good. We mentioned their wins over 4A teams. The only losses that they've suffered are by 1 score. And, you know, they're games where I think Coach Ciotti feels like they were working on things, or continuing to battle through this season. Lumio hands off to Peterson. Peterson trying to get to the edge and is upended after a short gain across the 30. Actually, they'll give him a pretty good spot up to the 32. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The gain of 3 for Jacob Peterson, 2nd and 7.
Well, yards have been hard to come by tonight for the Lions, and that's one of the, got a positive gain there on 1st down, maybe something they can build on here on this drive. Parker Taylor now on the far side wing. Lumio, little inside handoff, but the defensive line up to the job right there. Tamar Twyman makes a stop.
Be a 3rd and 5 for the
A sophomore. Coach Ciotti said they're going a little young tonight, in part because they're a bit banged up with injury. And again, this new Hope-Solebury bunch pushed into a 3rd, kind of long. This one maybe a little more manageable with a 3rd and 6. Lumio play action, dropping back, pressured, gets away from 1, but is sacked on the play, bringing him down. Dejan Weeks in there along with Braylon Williams. Dejan Weeks with another sack this year. He's already got 46 tackles on the season. And a big one right there makes it 4th and long and forces the punt.
Yeah, and it was a 3rd and manageable situation that dropped you all the way back to 4th and long. Do not need to take a sack there. Just try to throw it away. You cause 4th and manageable, but now there's no shot of thinking about going for it. Good punt.
Yeah, spiraling kick there taken by Cottrell back at the 30. Cottrell, a deadly return man. Flag thrown as he gets pushed out of bounds up at the 45.
There's a flag on the play.
It's a return of 14 yards, but probably coming back as the flag likely on the return team. And yeah, the indication is it's on the Warriors. What is it? A hold or a block in the back probably, as we're under the 1 minute mark in the 1st quarter. And there's a hold called. Yeah, Dejan Weeks again came up with that big sack along with Braylon Williams, and Weeks with 46 tackles, 1 TFL, a bunch of pass breakups, and he also come up with a couple of interceptions. One of them was a pick 6, and there a big sack helped out on the play by Braylon Williams. We'll give them both a half a sack there. So Braylon Williams now with a sack and a half as they mark the football inside the 25. And that's where the Warriors will start with under a minute to go in the 1st quarter. PIAA District 1 2A title game here on BCB tonight. And New Hope-Solebury in danger here of allowing the Warriors to start to get a little bit of rhythm. Slate and Cottrell look like there's a little bit of confusion and a timeout going to be burned by Bristol. I don't think they had the right guys out there. So they'll talk it over with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Hey, again, thanks to Mill Street Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy in Bristol at 416 Mill Street. Proud to sponsor tonight's game and wishing the Warriors the best of luck. Mill Street Pharmacy provides fast and easy service and provides vaccines, including flu vaccines for senior citizens and COVID-19 vaccines as well. And Mill Street Pharmacy, they have free delivery in the Bristol area Monday through Friday for a dependable hometown pharmacy that is proud to be part of the Bristol community. Visit Mill Street Pharmacy, 416 Mill Street in Bristol. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Saturdays open 9 to 3. And remember, they have free delivery in the Bristol area on weekdays. Mill Street Pharmacy, helping to power portions of tonight's game on WBCB. Great to have you with us here in Bristol Borough as the Warriors get the offense going. Slate hands off to Bornice. He's got a 45-yard touchdown run right there. Weaves his way for another Warrior first down up to the 35.
Finding holes, making cuts. These running backs for Bristol are doing a really good job showing their skills early in this game.
And finding holes because these plays are pretty well executed, getting a good job from the big guys up front like Vargo Roll, Shane Feeney, Marco Barracal, and Marks Barracal with Gabe Greway. The offensive line for this Warrior bunch. Slate throws to Cottrell, makes the grab. Cottrell makes a move at the 40, up to the 45, and that will be close to a Warrior first down. Yeah, he picks up the first down and also picks up the single season receiving record here for this Bristol Warrior football program. Congratulations to Cottrell.
With that reception,
Got to save that football right there.
has broken the Bristol High School single season record.
As they're announcing it over the PA about Cottrell breaking the record. Congratulations to him, well deserved, and a hell of a season.
And gets a little love here from the Bristol fans on a Saturday night. And an impressive record now as he's got the single season receiving mark for the Warriors. Well, the friendliest place in Bristol is Finney McGee's Pub at 1400 Farragut Avenue, open 7 days a week from 3 p.m. and Saturday and Sundays from 12 noon. And their kitchen serves food late until 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Yes, you can go out on weekends and still get something to eat as late as 1 a.m. at Finney McGee's. Burgers, sandwiches available till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out Finney McGee's Facebook page for daily specials. Happy hour, 3 to 7 Monday through Friday. Domestic bottles, $2.50. Visit Finney McGee's Pub in Bristol for great food, great times, and great people. As you can watch your favorite sports at Finney McGee's, 1400 Farragut Avenue in Bristol. Good luck, Warriors, from your hometown pub, Finney McGee's. Slate hands off Nemeth, and Talon Nemeth up to the 35-yard line. Another big chunk of yardage for the Warriors, and another Bristol first down.
33-yard line.
Execution at its finest here tonight for Bristol Warriors.
Yeah, on the move there, and yeah, another chunk of yardage. That was 18 on the ground.
With the Warrior football team, like to continue.
As we're just back underway in the second quarter. Yeah, it was that throw to Cottrell, which brought us to the end of quarter number one.
Thank you for your continued support.
Slate, high snap, pulls it down, looking for Cottrell, goes up, pulls it down, and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Bristol. And this time, a 30-yard connection. And behind the play, the officials are, there's a flag down over there.
Flag down.
And an illegal man downfield called against Bristol.
Oh,
so
man.
that one's coming back.
Yeah, that was such an impressive play right there. That's a shame that it has to come back.
Illegal man downfield.
Yeah, it feels like Cottrell now just starting to warm up with that catch at the end of the first quarter. That was a great job to make a play on the football. Unfortunately, his efforts are negated. And Coach Ciotti talking with the officials, because that's always kind of, I'm not sure if he wants to know who it was downfield, how far they were off the line of scrimmage, but getting a little explanation from the guys in the stripes tonight.
Oh, most importantly, though, wiped away a hell of a play there.
Wow.
What a job for him
Wow.
to go up there, get the ball, fight away the defenders, and going for the end zone. If you're a ref, you just be like, oh, that was a nice play. We should just give it to him.
This time they give to Bornice, and Bryce Bornice picks up a few.
A gain of 3.
Gets up to the 30, or excuse me, the 43 there with that run. Makes it 2nd and 13. Warriors with a couple of touchdowns. Brady Slate, their quarterback, with a keeper for 29 yards. Bornice with a 45-yard rush for the first touchdown tonight. Slate with Bornice gives him the football, tries to make a cut, spin move, gets away from 2 defenders, and is tackled as he goes out of bounds up near the 30-yard line. They're going to say he went out of bounds shy of the 30 at the 31, which brings up 3rd and 8 to go with just under 11 minutes on the second quarter clock.
That was a mean stiff arm there at the end, really putting him into the ground.
You didn't get a whole lot of yards on that one, Mackay, but some nifty moves and a never say die attitude.
Yeah, most definitely. Just showcasing everything that he can do out there, just giving this Warriors team, the advantage.
And we talked about going with the youth movement. Bornice getting a lot of carries. Slate throws to Cottrell, makes the grab in the flat, steps through 1 tackle,
Breaking a few tackles.
breaks another one up across the 30, and he is close to a first down. I think he's going to be a couple of yards shy.
Yeah, very close.
But makes it a 4th and manageable situation, 4th and 1, and this spot on the field, why not go for it? Coach Ciotti going to leave the offense out there quickly, get him up to the line of scrimmage, a little tempo for Bristol, and that's going to force a timeout from New Hope-Solebury. They're like, whoa, hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
They were not ready, and they'll talk it over with 10:21 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by JT & Sons Excavating and Concrete and owner Jason Tassone. Proud to bring you portions of tonight's Bristol High School football game and wish Coach Ciotti and his players the best of luck tonight and throughout the season. JT & Sons Excavating Concrete at 1238 Radcliffe Street in Bristol, building a better foundation for our community. Again, thanks to JT & Sons Excavating and Concrete for powering portions of tonight's game on WBCB. Don't forget, if you miss any of the action here, you can read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Well, outstanding team manager Nick Kaywood was out there with a little hydration for the team as they hand the football off to Bornice, and he carries a couple of defenders across the 20 down to the 18, and he gets the yardage needed to keep this drive going. A Warrior first down.
Yeah, and a bold strategy there, but it paid off.
Yeah, Bryce Bornice, 5'10", 140-pound senior, and showing some impressive strength here. As now it's going to be Williams on the right side of Slate. Fakes the handoff and throws on the slant complete to Darius Newton. Touchdown, Bristol. And again, into the end zone. And this time the third hookup And the senior wide open right there, a senior-to-senior connection. Slate has one rushing touchdown and now one passing TD. It's 20-0 with 9.5 to go in the first half.
Well, Phil's probably even better. That play coming off right off of the fourth down conversion. You were able to convert on fourth down, score a touchdown the very next play. Bristol Warriors feeling themselves right here.
So Nemeth through the uprights, and 21-0 as we come back up the field. And an impressive, accurate throw from Slate right on his guy, and a pretty good route there. The slant route gets him into the end zone, and 21-0 here in the McCaffrey's game of the night. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors, including McCaffrey's Food Markets, proud to support our local schools in our hometown communities. McCaffrey's Food Market in the New Hope Shopping Center at 300 West Bridge Street in New Hope, and throughout Bucks County. Exceptional every day. Their chef-prepared gourmet food dishes are great for families on the go. And with the holidays approaching, McCaffrey's Catering lets you celebrate with your family and friends while they do all the work. McCaffrey's Thanksgiving menu features local Pennsylvania farm-raised turkeys, many different complete dinner packages available for ordering, and more info, mccaffreys.com. A deep kickoff, and Peterson trying to get to the edge, and he does. A nice return for New Hope-Solebury as he brings it up near the 35-yard line. And yeah, he'll get up to the 35. And that's where New Hope-Solebury will get back to work.
New Hope-Solebury, you got to hope to find something here in these next couple minutes, because it's starting to get a little away from you with the score right now. 21-0, still a lot of time left in the second quarter. If you don't do something soon, it might be game over at halftime.
You know, starting to look bleak for New Hope-Solebury, but can turn things around with a successful drive here. But that's easier said than done, because this Warrior defense has been shutting them down. Now again here, they'll swing that offensive line over to the far side of the field. Sometimes set up like a little a throw to the flat there, and then if you get your receiver the football, he's got a bunch of receivers. Yeah, so they throw to Peterson, but it's through his hands. Was that a backwards pass? Bristol thinks maybe they fall on the football. I don't see an incompletion marked yet.
We're going to say backward pass.
Yeah. Well, that's always dangerous. I mean, when you're throwing that football and if you miss it, that's anybody's ball. And so they'll put it down just across the 30-yard line and makes it 2nd and 14.
Yeah, they must really like that play design for some reason. They tried it 3 times. They've been 0 for 3.
Well, this time they actually were able to kind of they haven't gotten that play off yet.
Yeah.
It's either been an incompletion or a false start, or they keep trying to go back to it. Maybe there's some magic there. They just haven't been able to get the trick performed.
Got the magic in me.
Lumio from the gun with time in the pocket. Throws incomplete. Looking for Finn Johnson. Johnson with a great effort there, diving attempt at that pass, but just off the mark. Defensively there for the Warriors was Beauplan. So an unenviable spot here against this Bristol defense. 3rd and long again for New Hope. This is where you get that intense rush from Eddie Diaz, Weeks. We'll see if they bring some pressure, maybe with Braylon Williams off the edge. Lumio has a little bit of time, looking around, nowhere to go with it. He's going to tuck it away and can't get away from the Warriors. Runs right to Devin Grissom. And the junior says, "You're not going any further." any further or any farther. I heard a discussion about that this week, and I'm not sure what's right, but he didn't get any more yardage.
Further or farther? Huh.
So it makes it 4th and 14. And back to receive the kick, Cottrell and Nemeth.
I feel like either one of them would be in like right context.
Seems like it should be interchangeable, but I think there is a right answer to that. Reeder with a spiraling kick. Cottrell lets it fall, takes a little bit of a skip, and then touched up at the 32. Quinn Corboy, the freshman, was the first guy down there on the coverage for New Hope-Solebury, and the Warriors take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street. Sounds like my kind of place. Right there in Bristol. Perfect. They've perfected the art of making soft pretzels, and they're a proud supporter of tonight's football game and of the Bristol Warrior football team. They wish them good luck tonight. Papa's Pretzel Place. Papa's Pretzel Place.
Say that 10 times fast.
I think I might have said Palace. Well, it's probably like a pretzel palace, but it's the Pretzel Place. They satisfy your cravings for great soft pretzels at 302 Mill Street in Bristol. We thank them for being with us. Slate with a quarterback keeper up to the 40, makes a cut, and he crosses midfield, picks up another big chunk of yardage, and another Bristol Warrior first down. Mentioned that Slate came into the game with more than 1,000 yards throwing, and also he's picked up more than 500 yards on the ground. And now tonight in the first half, he's got to be over, I'm thinking 50 with just a few carries.
Yeah, at least. Maybe in the 60s already. He's been really efficient with the ground game tonight, and it's one of the reasons why this team's up 21-0 with still a whole half of the second quarter to go.
Slate last year, a first-team All-League defensive back, a first-team All-League quarterback, and a first-team All-League punter. He has done it all for Bristol. Here, gives the football to Williams. Williams trying to bounce it to the outside. He's got running room. Makes a move along the far sideline. Stays on his feet before he's pushed out of bounds and spun down. Stop out there by Nick Ferlazzo, but it's after another big chunk of yardage picked up by the Warriors and another first down as they move down the field. So I mentioned all the all-league honors for Slate. Well, Braylon Williams was also an all-team, a first-team linebacker. Last year he was a second-team all-league running back. This year, you got to imagine he'll be bumped up with the season he's had to first-team status and was a defensive player of the year. Also a basketball and a baseball player. He's in the backfield with Slate, who drops back, throws downfield, looking for Cottrell. Oh, off of his hands and incomplete. They had that one, and Cottrell disappointed as he goes over to the goalpost and has a moment to reflect on that one. Nearly another touchdown strike, and second time where Cottrell thought he was in the end zone. First one, he got in there, and it was called back on a penalty. And right there, looked like he was already celebrating a little bit.
He put it in the breadbasket. He couldn't have put the ball any better in the receiver's hands. The receiver just sold him, as the kids would say.
Great throw there from Slate, as you said. Passes to Nemeth. That's complete. Down the sideline, 5-10 into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's now 27-0. And after the play, Nemeth, I don't know if he cramped up, but he goes down after he goes into the end zone.
Yeah, he might have took an awkward landing.
Now, I'll be kicking myself. I gave it the old 5-10. You don't go 5-10, you go 10-5 into the end zone. But either way, the Warriors pouring it on here on this Saturday night. Yeah, Nemeth, a great job there on the catch, and then turns on the jets, works the sideline into the end zone, but he's also the kicker, so they want to make sure that
yeah, that could be an issue.
Like you said, Makai, maybe landed awkwardly in some way. So with an injury timeout, we're going to step aside. We'll return here to Bristol High School for more Warrior football on BCB.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
McCaffrey's Express makes grocery shopping easy. McCaffrey's now offers online shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You get the same in-store prices and no third-party markup. Products are chosen by McCaffrey's own trained staff. Text messages are even accepted for order changes. Shop your way at McCaffrey's Food Markets, online or the app, and earn awards and use digital coupons. McCaffrey's Food Markets in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. Also in Newtown, New Hope, Doylestown, Princeton, and West Windsor.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary.
All right, the Bristol Warriors here are going to opt to go for two because their kicker, who just had a receiving touchdown, looks like maybe pulled a hamstring. The give here to Williams. Williams spinning towards the goal line, but the try is no good. And the score remains 27-0. Lions stopping the two-point try. And as we come back up the field, the Bristol Warriors in command tonight. And as Coach Ciotti was saying, he's hoping his guys will take care of business and, kind of have a quick start, establish what a good team they are in this one. And they have done just that. What's up to Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. I think that's where we're going after the game. We got to go to Papa's Pretzel Place.
Hey, we went to White Castle after the game yesterday.
Let me
We're
check
going
the
there
hours.
today.
Oh, yeah, I think they're closed.
Damn it.
Well, a great spot, proud supporter of tonight's game, and they satisfy your craving for soft pretzels with every twist, many different varieties, including their OMG and hot dog pretzels. Dips are also available, and with the holidays approaching, Papa's Pretzel Place with the pretzel party trays. Papa's Pretzel Place open Tuesday through Wednesday from 10 to 5, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday they're open 10 to 7. That ball on the kickoff, that is anybody's football, picked up finally, and wow, New Hope-Solebury dropped inside the 15. Dejan Weeks, he's having a game tonight.
Yeah, it looked kind of like maybe New Hope-Solebury was expecting, since the kicker is out for Bristol now, not out there for the kickoff, that maybe it won't be as good of a kickoff, but just as good of a kickoff as if he was in or not.
Yeah.
Got him looking, got them kind of on their heels, and that ball was coming in, and New Hope-Solebury player touched it. So even if that ball would have rolled out, there was going to be no flag. That's where you're getting the ball. So you had to pick it up and do something with it.
Yeah, just make sure you don't lose it there. That was Finn Johnson as the deep guy.
Never want to lose it.
Now inside the 15. And the trend tonight, the Lions have been going backwards here, trying to set up a little screen. They get it and hit Noah Colon, and Colon working his way down the field, and he picks up a Lion first down. Well, pretty good job right there to get something going.
Yeah, I was going to say, that might be, I believe, the first positive that we've seen today from the Lions.
Yeah, they've had a couple of positive gains, but I'm pretty sure that's their first down.
Yeah.
Here in this one. So looking to build off of that. As Lumio enters the huddle with the play. Again, PIAA District 1 2A title game tonight here from Bristol Borough. All right, 3 receivers to the near side. Lumio looks that way and then pulls it down and throws. It's intercepted. Dejan Weeks with another big play. And then a flag comes out after, I think the play is dead. Weeks, he was down, right? He was on his knee. He popped back up again and started to head to the end zone. I'm not sure if that's what the flag is about.
No, it looked like as that play was going on, Bristol thought it was a live ball. Crack back block there, a big-time 1-2 on a new Hope-Solebury player, and immediately the flags came out. So even though the play was dead, still the block happened, and it was a nasty-looking one nonetheless.
That's going to draw the flag every single time, and it is a 15-yarder against the Warriors. Marks them back to the 42.
But still a big-time turnover there for the Bristol Warriors. Gets them to get up by 4 touchdowns here possibly in this first half.
And timeout taken.
Excuse me, my math was wrong. I didn't have quick math.
And timeout taken by the Bristol Warriors. Yeah, they got the 4 touchdowns. The only blemish is they don't have that 1 extra point. They tried to go for 2 and did not get it. But other than that, a stellar night for the Warriors. It's the McCaffrey's Game of the Night, and McCaffrey's Food Markets are proud to support our local schools in our hometown communities. McCaffrey's Food Market in the New Hope Shopping Center, 300 West Bridge Street in New Hope, and throughout Bucks County. Exceptional every day. Their chef-prepared gourmet food dishes, great for families on the go. And with the holidays approaching, McCaffrey's Catering lets you celebrate with your family and friends while they do all the work. McCaffrey's Thanksgiving menu features local Pennsylvania farm-raised turkeys. Many different complete dinner packages are available. For ordering or info, check out McCaffreys.com. McCaffrey's Food Market in the New Hope Shopping Center, also in Yardley, Newtown, and Doylestown. Talking about that Thanksgiving menu for McCaffrey's. Always look forward to our high school football Thanksgiving menu as it's a handoff on first down. And making some moves is Keshawn Morris, not going down. A lot of work right there, not a lot of yardage gained, but again shows the intensity of this Bristol attack here this season. They don't go down easy, that's for sure.
No, not at all. And like I said, it's looking like a video game out there. He's going one way, shaking off multiple defenders, coming back all the way on the other side of the field, shaking off more defenders. It looks hectic, but it looks fun at the same time.
Well, on our Thanksgiving Day menu, just to get back to that real quick, we got Hamilton and Steinert over on the other side of the Delaware. And this Bristol team with the historic matchup with the Morrisville Bulldogs. We look forward to getting back to that this season. The give to Bornice. And Bryce Bornice gets to the 35. And he is held up there. Stop made by Finn Johnson, the junior in the mix. Makes it 3rd and 3. Here with 3:51 and counting in quarter number 2. It's been all Bristol so far. Slate in the gun, Bornice on his right. Pulls it down, throws to Cottrell. Over the extended hand of a receiver, complete. And Cottrell working the sideline and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. A 35-yard touchdown for Khalil Cottrell. His 14th receiving touchdown of the season. The 3rd passing touchdown tonight for quarterback Brady Slate. And the Warriors now up 33-0. And we'll see if they go for 2 here. They could establish a 35-point advantage, but it looks like they're bringing Keshawn Morris out to try an extra point. Again, typically that was Nemeth who's done that role, but after he went into the end zone with a receiving TD, he got injured here. And Keshawn Morris there with the attempt, and right there, what you don't want to do for New Hope-Solebury, go offside. move the football a little closer to the goal line and maybe have Coach Ciotti think about going for 2 here.
Yeah, honestly, especially after that attempt that we just saw. It went off, I believe, one of his own linemen's helmets from the back. So
yeah, it looks like he's sticking with it. They're sticking with Morris here. And now officials timeout. Just marking the football, setting it down. And the Warriors with the extra point. It is up and good. Oh, not good. That looked pretty good from here. I guess it was angled. Coach Ciotti has his palms upward. I think I think he's having a little bit of fun with Morris right there, wondering how come he couldn't get the job done. Well, so far, Bristol getting the job done tonight, 33-0 as we come back up the field with 3:31 to go in the first half.
Oh, man, that was a roller coaster of fun there.
I just misread that entirely.
It did look good. It looked good all the way, and then the refs say no good, and we're like, what do you mean?
Proud to sponsor portions of tonight's Bristol High School football game is Ralph DiGiuseppe, Bristol Borough Council President. Ralph has been a resident of Bristol for 70 years and has always been active in the community, especially supporting the youth of Bristol Borough. Ralph DiGiuseppe wishing the Warriors the best of luck tonight and hoping you're enjoying tonight's game. Portions of tonight's game brought to you as a public service by Ralph DiGiuseppe, your Bristol Borough Council President. And Morris with the kickoff, a squibber, and somebody's got to pick that up. They wait for it to go out of bounds. It does, and draws the procedure flag, which will set New Hope-Solebury up at the 35.
Well, not what you want to do if you're Bristol, but what can you do with your kicker out?
Yeah, you're going a little deep on the depth chart.
Yeah, that's for sure. Deep on the depth chart.
Brady Slate tonight with touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. Darius Newton was his first hookup, then hit Nemeth, and Khalil Cottrell was his 3rd passing touchdown. Completed pass for the Lions as they get it out to Colin. Moves it up across the 40 to the 42, picks up 7.
Gain of 7. Bryce Bernice on the tackle.
Well, an impressive season for this Bristol team, and they've stepped up to a certain challenge that Coach Ciotti kind of laid out. We mentioned that they played Bristol, a 2A team, has played a number of 4A teams, and the team really bought in to that this season. Throw over the middle, and nice pass by Lumio to Finn Johnson for a Lion first down. Up across the 50 now. New Hope-Solebury on the move. Their most promising drive so far tonight.
First down, New Hope. Jones Boatland on the stop.
Well, some Saturday night lights on WBCB. Earlier today had some high school soccer action. Yesterday, a triple header of high school football. How about Neshaminy getting a comeback win over CB West? A throw out to the flat, and no gain on that pass. Again, connecting with Johnson, but 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we could see 3 wins on this slate of football games with Steinert winning yesterday, Neshaminy coming back from behind and winning, and right now Bristol having the lead here in this first half. Could see plenty of teams winning on the BCB Sports Network.
Also, we saw Morrisville, they got a win, and that earned them a District 1A championship, and it's going to be the Morrisville-Bristol game we look forward to on Thanksgiving. Lumio waiting, looking downfield, has nowhere to go with it, and then he's going to shovel it out of bounds. That should be a grounding penalty, as it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think there was any receiver in the neighborhood.
He was out of the tackling box, though. But
yeah, they do drop the flag, and it is a loss of down for intentional grounding. So what looked like a promising possession now looks threatened with getting behind the sticks once again. That's been part of the story tonight for New Hope-Solebury on a night where you can't afford any missteps against a really good Bristol team. They've gotten themselves kind of behind the markers a little bit too much. Lumio, man in motion, throws complete, and Noah Colin working his way down the field up across the 45, but even with that big pickup, still going to be about 5 yards shy of a New Hope-Solebury first down. And they call a timeout with 1:08 to go, trying to see if they can get on the scoreboard before the first half expires. It's high school football on BCB.
They need to. They got to get something going here in this first half to have some momentum for the second half.
Well, we got this whole thing started with Bristol winning the coin flip and deferring to the second half. So New Hope-Solebury knows that they got to give the football to the Warriors to start quarter number 3. Don't forget, if you miss any of tonight's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Again, great job by team manager Nick Kaywood, who joined us for our high school coaches roundtable show out there, making sure everybody is hydrated and good to go tonight. Maybe giving them a little extra encouragement too during that timeout.
Yeah, he loves being a part of this program, and this program loves him there. Does an excellent job, he does.
Yeah, he loves Bristol. Bristol loves him back.
Yeah, it's a real equal love.
All right, going for it here. 4th and 5, and the throw is behind the receiver right there, just not on the same page. And Lumio looking for Colin. I think he thought he was going to break that route off. And the incompletion means it's the Bristol Warriors football as they turn him over on downs.
And the PA announcer shouting us WBCB.
Love it.
Love it. Get great support over here at Bristol High School. Obviously, great contributors to our high school roundtable show that your one and only host, Chris Thurman.
It might not be the same kind of love affair, but we love Bristol, and we hope Bristol loves us back.
I hope
Great
so.
to be here tonight, that's for sure.
They announced us, so it feels like the love is there.
Well, and we really appreciate the Bristol football program and their participation on our Coaches Roundtable show each Wednesday night. There, the handoff to Morris. Morris to the 50, makes a cutback up to the 45, stays on his feet, and then finally pushed out of bounds. And Ken Johnson eventually pushes him out of play, but another big chunk picked up by the Warriors as they march it down the field, and maybe they'll get a little bit more aggressive, hit the accelerator. Only 47 seconds to work with, and the Warriors are out of timeouts.
They got a good chunk of yardage, though, on that play, so they showed they can do it. And the way they're moving, it seems like 47 seconds is plenty of enough time.
One thing here, you lost your field goal kicker, so you gotta, you're thinking only end zone. Why not go with Brady Slate? He's got a rushing touchdown. Here he takes it down to the 15-yard line, picks up another Bristol first down, and did he get out of bounds? No.
Clock is moving.
Yeah, they're gonna reset the sticks, and then they will wind the clock again. But picking up a first down saves them a few seconds to set the markers. And yeah, now getting down to the 20-second mark. Slate from the gun. Gives to Bernice. And not much there. Bristol trying to get back to the line of scrimmage before the second quarter expires, and Slate will clock it and brings up See a 2nd and long. And quarterback talking with coach about what to do. 3 seconds remaining on the 2nd quarter clock.
Trying to run up that scoreboard.
I would think if they had Nemeth available, this would be a field goal opportunity. But unfortunately for him and for the Warriors, looked like he pulled his hamstring as he went into the end zone on a receiving touchdown. So they'll look to the end zone with 3 seconds remaining. Slate pulls it down, throws over into the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete, but the flag comes out. Likely a defensive pass interference. The intended target there was Darius Newton, and it is a DPI, so we'll play another play and move it half the distance to the goal.
Pass interference on New Hope.
So they'll mark it at the 6.
Be half the distance to the goal.
And give him one more shot here.
Down for the Warriors.
So one of the guys they may be looking to is Kyleel Cottrell. Already has a receiving TD, offers from Long Island and from Kutztown. And we mentioned earlier he set the single season receiving mark earlier in the game for the Warriors. He split to the near side. Slate looking that way, pump fake, pulls it down. Now he looks the other way and dumps it off at the 5-yard line. And a good stop by New Hope-Solebury. And that will bring us to the break. Halftime here at the home of the Warriors with Bristol in front of New Hope-Solebury 33-0. Stay with us as we'll return here, take a look at first half scoring, and get you ready for second half action. It's the PIAA District 1 2A title game, and we'll be back with more on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems, and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Rob's Automotive and Collision Center in Lower Bucks County is a full-service repair center with competitive prices, top-of-the-line products, and the finest auto body and mechanical repair technicians anywhere. Rob's makes repairing your car easy. Same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's an oil change, state inspection, or a mechanical issue, Rob's will have you in and out and on your way. 2700 Veterans Highway in Bristol, 215-826-9200 for 24-hour emergency towing. Call 215-826-0250.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I have stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
McCaffrey's Express makes grocery shopping easy. McCaffrey's now offers online shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You get the same in-store prices and no third-party markup. Products are chosen by McCaffrey's own trained staff. Text messages are even accepted for order changes. Shop your way at McCaffrey's food markets, online or the app, and earn awards and use digital coupons. McCaffrey's food markets in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. Also in Newtown, New Hope, Doylestown, Princeton, and West Windsor.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems, and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
In Bristol Borough tonight for some high school football on BCB, and the Warriors taking it to New Hope-Solebury 33-0 at the half. And we'll take a look at first half scoring. It started with a 45-yard touchdown run from Bryce Bernice. The senior takes it in with 9:24 to go in the first quarter. Extra point is good, 7-0 our score at that time. And then the teams went back and forth for a little bit before the Bristol Warriors struck again. This time it was a 29-yard touchdown rush from their quarterback, Brady Slate. He has been outstanding tonight, Mackay, and impressive, a dual threat, and he has shown his skill both throwing and rushing the ball tonight.
Yeah, this is a game where you just send this out to a bunch of scouts if you want to get to that next level. Really for all these guys, not even just for the quarterback. You're having a tremendous game out here with this great league, with being 33-0. So this is something you could be very proud of, and it sure looks like they'll be moving on.
Yeah, Brady Slate is looking at that next level, like Cohen College. Maybe Muhlenberg might be the spot for Brady. And not only great through the air and rushing the football, but also a very good punter for this Bristol team. That's not something that they've had to do a whole lot tonight because the offense has been or not. They haven't been able to stop the offense. I guess it has been unstoppable in that sense.
It really has been unstoppable. We haven't seen them punt actually one time. You say we haven't seen it a lot. We haven't seen it at all.
Well, that was what they did. They tried it. That ended up being a mess when Bristol.
They didn't get the punt off, so I'm not counting it, Chris.
Ended up
So
being a
they have
completed
not
pass.
punted yet.
Yeah, that was a.
But yeah, this offense is just pounding away against New Hope-Solebury. And New Hope-Solebury just really has no answer for this team right now, and it's starting to get a little worrisome.
All right, so 2 rushing touchdowns to get things started for the Warriors, and then Slate got the passing game going. His first hookup came to Darius Newton, and Newton scores with 9:30 remaining in the second quarter, makes it 21-0. And then the hookup to Talon Nemeth, a short pass, but Nemeth shows his speed as he works the near sideline, gets into the end zone, and disappointing there. A great night for Bristol. That's really one of the only downsides, or the only negative, is that they lost number 11, it looks like, and he really needed quite a bit of help. We don't want to speculate on his injury, but looked like it was something that, I don't know, it could be serious, and we're hoping the best for him.
Yeah, he didn't, put any pressure on that leg when he was coming back to the bench. So you really hope he can make a quick recovery. Might not be, for their next matchup with their next game, unfortunately. But all you're doing right now for him, if you're just praying that you can get a safe recovery and everything's working out fine for you.
Yep, hopefully he's back to 100 ASAP. And so that's the second passing touchdown for Slate, but he was not done as he hits Kyleel Cottrell, another touchdown for the main wide receiver receiving threat for this Bristol team. And those two hook up for a 32-yard touchdown with 3:31 to go in the second quarter. But there they could not connect on the extra point. And also, I guess it was the time before, they went for 2. They didn't get the try. And then at their 5th touchdown, they tried the extra point. That was no good. And so the score 33-0 at halftime, as we got the commuter rail passing by, the sights and sounds of Bristol Borough here on a Saturday night. Great to have you with us. We're going to step aside again. Make sure to recognize some of our community sponsors, partners, helping to make the game possible. By the way, JT Sons Excavating and Concrete on board, and owner Jason Tassone proud to bring you portions of tonight's game, and they wish Coach Ciotti and his players the best of luck throughout this year. JT and Sons Excavating and Concrete, 1238 Radcliffe Street, Bristol, building a better foundation for our community. We mentioned it right at the top. Bristol, with a win tonight, will lock up their 6th straight district title, and looks like that is an inevitability at this point with how they played in the first half of this one, but they still have a little more work in front of them to make sure they get the job done and move on here in postseason play. All right, we'll be right back to Bristol with more high school football on BCB.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I've stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery. earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
McCaffrey's Express makes grocery shopping easy. McCaffrey's now offers online shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You get the same in-store prices and no third-party markup. Products are chosen by McCaffrey's own trained staff. Text messages are even accepted for order changes. Shop your way at McCaffrey's food markets, online or the app, and earn awards and use digital coupons. McCaffrey's food markets in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. Also in Newtown, New Hope, Doylestown, Princeton, and West Windsor.
Hi, Merrill Reese remind you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems, and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Welcome back to Bristol High School as New Hope-Solebury back out on the field, getting warmed up for second half action. Don't forget, if you miss any of tonight's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian for your complete local and national news 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Well, how about Dejan Weeks? We talked about the great performance by the offense in the first half. Weeks also had some amazing plays on the defensive side of the football, including half a sack and a great interception. And he was just kind of in the right spot at the right time on that one. And but that being said, his ability to adjust and make a play on the football that was like right on him was pretty remarkable, and he secured a turnover there for the Warriors, which they took advantage of. I'm taking advantage of everything so far tonight.
Yeah, everything's going good for them right now, and that was like the real cherry on top in the first half was that turnover. That was the only thing they're really missing out of the whole plethora of things that they did was a turnover, so to get that late in the first half, it's real cherry.
Got to feel great, too, in a season that's been led by the seniors. We've been talking about them all night long. Brady Slate, their quarterback, Khalil Cottrell with a receiving touchdown, Braylon Williams. To have Weeks be stepping up here as a junior gives Bristol a lot to look forward to after this high school football season, which still has a lot of high expectations around this team. And why not? After the first half they put together, pretty darn good here against New Hope-Solebury.
Yeah, that is for sure. And a big vision for this team ahead, but it all starts with the rest of this game here. And the 24 minutes left in this second half.
And the other thing I think it starts with, Gus, is with Coach Ciotti. Got to give him some credit for establishing a winning culture. And when you're talking about the 5-time district champions, back to back, whatever that is, and tonight maybe looking for their 6th, that starts, that's kind of a top-down attitude, and you got to give some credit to the coaching staff for sure.
Yeah, Michael Jordan hasn't even 6-peated, so that would be an incredible feat for this team.
Yeah, looking for their 6th straight, and they are set to do it with some distance established in the first half of action. A big thanks to Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. Perfect the art of making soft pretzels. Proud supporter of tonight's game, proud supporter of the Bristol football team. They wish them good luck tonight and invite you out to Papa's Pretzel Place. They satisfy your craving for soft pretzels with every twist. Many different varieties, including their OMG and their hot dog pretzels. Dips are also available, and with the holidays approaching, nothing beats a pretzel platter. And Papa's Pretzel Place, they got the pretzel party trays. Papa's Pretzel Place, open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 to 5, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday 10 to 7. On Sundays, they're open 10 to 5, closed on Mondays. Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. We talked about Khalil Cottrell and how great he has been as a receiver for the Warriors. Well, the other element of his game is he is a great kick returner. Hasn't really gotten a chance to put one together here tonight or gotten an opportunity, but he has 13 kickoff returns for 410 yards this season and 3 touchdowns in that role.
It's pretty darn good.
I think tonight they do not have him as the deep guy. They got Slate and Williams back there.
Waylon Williams and Brady Slate back deep for the return.
And Reeder has it teed up. He's gotten the whistle as we get this one back underway here on a Saturday night under the lights. Chris Ermer with Gus Barber, Makai Gundy. We appreciate your hanging out with us for some high school football. And here we go with the third quarter. Brady Slate makes the grab at the 17 and tries to head, now cuts it upfield at the 30, 35. And he is pulled down across the 35. Tackle made by Jonah Andres. And so back to work are the Warriors here with the opening drive of quarter number 3. And Nemeth, we mentioned his receiving touchdown, and now we see he's over here on the sideline on the cart and using some crutches.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. Hasn't been able to really put any weight on it since that injury, so it has to be a serious thing.
Definitely something to keep an eye on, and again, to hope that he's back to action, back to 100% as soon as is possible. Handoff to Williams. Williams tries to make a jump cut, couldn't hold on, couldn't keep his feet under him, and he picks up 5 yards up to the 42. I think there was a little more meat on the bone there, Makai.
Yeah, came up stumbling on that one, just wasn't able, to get a grasp on the grass right there.
McCaffrey's game of the night on BCB as we are back to action. 2 rushing touchdowns and a couple of passing TDs for the Warriors in the first half. As they get back to work, and a pass out to Cottrell. Cottrell with a move on one defender, gets past him, beats another man up to the 50 before getting pushed out of bounds, and then he gets pushed after he was out of bounds. That might have drawn a flag, but then Cottrell, he's going to get hit with a flag because he threw the football back at the defender, and that's a no-no. We'll see if these two things offset each other. And at least if they do offset, it'll just be a redo.
I think the only ref that didn't throw a flag was the far ref on the other end.
And then the other thing, probably the hit out of bounds is not a dead ball foul, but if there's a taunting, that'll be a dead ball unsportsmanlike. It is a personal foul on both teams.
Personal foul penalties on both teams, though all set.
So the penalty's offset, but then they point.
The play stands, it'll be a first down.
Okay, so they will allow the play to stand. So both of those fouls were dead ball fouls. So the play is good. The penalties happen after it was all said and done.
A lot of fussing and fighting for nothing.
Now they finally mark it at the 45. So a good job there by Cottrell. He's just got to keep his composure after that play, or that would have been a really good, an advantage. And as now they hand off to Williams. Williams working the near sideline up across the 40 before he is flipped down. Picks up about 5 up to the 39 and whistles, and an injury. One of the Lions down after the play. So we'll be back with more high school football in a bit here on WBCB.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Finn Johnson was the injured player for New Hope-Solebury. Fortunately, he's able to walk over to the far sideline without any help. As we get back to it, 2nd and 5 for the Warriors from the New Hope 38. Slate looking downfield, has his man, and the catch is made. He didn't bring it in. Beauplan had it. Great adjustment late to that pass.
Yeah, they couldn't fall in right there. Had something to do with that ball coming right out.
Yeah, and it looked like maybe the ground had something to do with it, because it looked like it was in his hands, and when he hit the ground, that thing came loose. Yep.
Popped right out. So 3rd and 4 with 10:05 on the third quarter clock. Warriors with their opening drive of this third quarter. Trying to keep it going. New Hope-Solebury trying to get him off the field. One of those guys over there wide open. Slate throws to the other side of the field and off of the hand of Eddie Diaz. He was open. He got behind the defense, but the pass just a little too much on it. Brings up 4th and 3, or 4th and 4.
Looks like they're staying out there.
Yeah, Ciotti has a quick word with Slate and sends the QB right back into the huddle. Slate drops back, throws, and incomplete. Again, looking for Diaz. And that incompletion is a turnover on downs. And New Hope-Solebury with 9:56 to go in the third quarter. They get a stop to start the second half.
Yeah, that one looked like just a bit of miscommunication right there. They both knew that they were going to cut, just didn't know which way.
Yeah, almost maybe Diaz slipped a little bit coming out of coming off of that cut. Big thanks to Mill Street Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy in Bristol at 416 Mill Street, powering portions of tonight's game here on WBCB. From the gun, Lumio out to the flat, completes it, but a quick tackle over there by Bornice. And back to the line of scrimmage, that's it. Nothing doing for New Hope, 2nd and 10. Boy, that has been all night long tonight. Either back to the line of scrimmage or losing a little bit.
Yeah, offense hasn't been able to find anything here in this game for New Hope-Solebury. Really just playing from behind the whole game, long in the sticks, and just can't find any positivity offensively.
And they picked up 3, maybe 4 first downs in the entire first half.
Yeah.
Credit to the Warriors on that side of the football as Lumio has time, looks downfield, nice throw, and incomplete. Looking for Noah Colon. Coach Ciotti said, yeah, they're going to try to take some strikes and hit number 1. That time could not connect too much on it and brings up 3rd and 10. Yeah, Coach Ciotti with assistant coaches R.J. Collins, John Greiner, Shane Oros, Brandon Pepper, Chance Weidman, and Doug Braun, helping to create this winning culture for Bristol football. Maybe create the winning culture, maybe bring back a winning culture. Bristol with a rich history with their high school football program. Well, there you see Finn Johnson. He comes to the other side of the formation, and he was banged up earlier, and now you see him kind of doing a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up. And as they move him across, they take too much time, delay a game. So right there, familiar spot here. We mentioned it in the first half, 3rd and long. That's when guys like Eddie Diaz out here on the near side edge, they start licking their chops. Opportunity maybe to get after senior QB Chase Lumio, who's in the gun. Drops back, kind of a mush rush. Now they flush him from the pocket. Lumio chased and has to head out of bounds. Nice job there by Gabe Greway.
Lumio chased out of bounds.
Brings up 4th down.
It looked like he was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but still nothing able to get much positive. Was able to get around 3 yards out, didn't even get to the line of scrimmage. More of a couple yards behind it, so it's still going to be 4th and long. But, yeah, just nothing positive at all for this offense.
Chris Reeder's been kind of busy doing a lot of kicking, and he's back to punt this one away. Cottrell is there with a possible punt return. Reeder given time, end-over-end kick, and skips down the field. Cottrell thinks about it a couple of times and just lets this one come to a stop. And the Bristol offense back to it with 8:32 remaining in quarter number 3. Again, McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. McCaffrey's Food Markets. Find out more about their Thanksgiving menu, their complete dinner packages. For ordering or more info, McCaffreys.com. That's McCaffreys.com. And proud to sponsor portions of tonight's Bristol High School football game. Ralph DiGiuseppe, Bristol Borough Council President. Ralph, a resident of Bristol for 70-plus years and always been active in our community. As Slate pulls this one down and gives to Weeks. Weeks up to the 30, 35 before he is pushed out. And in the process, picks up 12 yards And a Bristol first down. Yeah, Dejon Weeks. His impressive stats are on the defensive side of the football and had a great first half in that regard. And there gets a carry for a nice pickup.
You can tell he plays defense for how much he wants to get contact on the offensive side. He is always putting his shoulder down at the end of these runs and trying to go through these new Hope-Solebury players.
Yeah, had a punishing finish to that run. Here is Bornice, and Bornice across the 45. He picks up another dozen and another first down. So they couldn't get their rhythm with their opening drive here in the third quarter, but it feels like they've got something going with this possession as they move it up to their own 48-yard line. Bornice on the right of Slate. He gets the handoff, weaving through some traffic, stiff arms one tackler, nearly goes down, stays on his feet up to the 45, and finally brought down at the 41-yard line as a flag comes out behind the play. And a face mask is the indication here. So this will help Bristol and move them further into Lion territory.
Yeah, I thought they made a tackle earlier, but I guess he must have kept his knees up on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he stayed on his feet right there.
I thought he was definitely down.
We got to see the super slow-mo instant replay here for see if his knee might have touched the grass. So another first down for the Warriors. Here's Slate with a quarterback keeper. Makes a move, stays on his feet, up to the 20, 10, 5, into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the night. This time, a 35-yard strike from the Bristol QB makes it 39-0 with 6:35 to go in the third quarter. Nice get the assist from the PA guy. Find out that Slate there eclipses the 100-yard mark tonight in a big win and gets the Bristol Warriors even closer to that 6th district title. The extra point is good, and Morris, this might be the biggest celebration of the night as Bristol, they know they're feeling good about the game and now can have a little bit of fun with a backup kicker who splits the uprights. Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, you know something special happened when you're all celebrating the extra point to go up 40-0. But yeah, with your kicker out, you don't really get to see him out there, so the whole team rooting for him, and he was able to put those through the upright.
How about it? It's the Brady Slate show tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing TDs for the Bristol quarterback. So Slate now with 15 touchdowns through the air and 3 interceptions, and now 12 rushing touchdowns as he adds 2 more tonight. Morris approaches and squibs that one down the middle of the field. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson, the leading rusher for this New Hope-Solebury team, and a pretty good return up near the 40. And New Hope-Solebury back to work, but now with a running clock, the Warriors have established a 35-point advantage, and so the clock will run even with incompletions or when guys go out of bounds. Stops with scores and injuries and some other limited things.
Scores, injuries, and flags, and I believe those are the only 3 things.
So under center here is Lumio. hands off, but Connor Cruz with another TFL. It's been a TFL kind of night. Here for this Warrior defense. And again, you got to credit that coaching staff, having everybody prepared, having the opposition well scouted.
Second and 12 for the Lions.
Makes it 2nd and 12. McCaffrey's game of the night here on BCB. And yeah, we're looking forward to that Turkey Day matchup. The Bulldogs of Morrisville winning a 1A district title, and the Bristol Warriors about to do it at the 2A level. As a direct snap there to Peterson. Stays on his feet, but can't get it much past the original line of scrimmage.
Gain of 3.
Picks up a few, and it's 3rd and 9.
First one on the stop. It'll be a 3rd and 9.
Bristol this year getting their first win in 5 years over Executive, and their first win in 8 years over ANC. And they really beat ANC a 42-6 final in that one. And Executive Academy, a closer game, but another big win, beating them 21-14. And Lumio a little low for his target, Colin, who's looking for. The only slip-ups this year for Bristol came on week 1 against Palisades. And then they lost on October the 10th to Garden Spot. But again, they took on very, very challenging teams and a challenging schedule. And paying off now here in postseason play. Kind of setting a tone and setting a kind of a high bar for high expectations for this team. They will move on to play the District 12 champ. Lumio rolling to the far side. Pulls it down, now throws downfield and nearly picked off. Oh my.
Into
right.
the chest.
Yeah, right there for Jonas Beauplan. And he is kicking himself.
You cannot ask for a better pass straight to you. That would have been a heck of an interception on him.
Well, you know what? I guess actually it's better he didn't pick it off, right? I mean, it was a turnover on downs, and if he intercepted it, I mean, your natural inclination, I think, as a defensive back, you want that ball, and then who knows what you can do with a return. But actually, by knocking it down or by not hauling it in, gives Bristol pretty good spot on the field as it's a turnover on downs. And now at the Lion 41, Bristol back to work. And it looks like Bristol may be mixing in some alternate personnel, including quarterback Alex Diaz, the freshman, getting some reps. He's in the gun, pulls it down, hands off. And ripping off more yardage right there is Johnson. Johnson down to the 10-5 and goes into the end zone for another Bristol score. Makes it 46-0 with 1:42 to go in the third quarter.
Doesn't matter who's in the game for Bristol. It seems like they're just going to have their way tonight. What a beautiful run there. Caught it to the outside and just caught a lane and went for it.
41-yarder for Johnson. And another underclassman, a junior, making a big play. So 1:42 to go, third quarter. The extra point, no good. So 46-0 as they come back up the field on a Saturday night. a Saturday night that has been owned by this Bristol Warrior football program in the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. Again, McCaffrey's Food Market's making portions of tonight's game possible. Thanks also to the friendliest place in Bristol, Finney McGee's Pub at 1400 Farragut Avenue. Open 7 days a week from 3 p.m. And Saturday and Sunday, they're open from noon. Their kitchen serves food late till 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Yep, you can go out on the weekends and still get something to eat as late as 1 a.m. at Finney McGee's. Burgers, sandwiches, available till 1 on Friday and Saturday. Check out Finney McGee's Facebook page, daily specials, happy hour 3 to 7, Monday through Friday, with domestic bottles for $2.50. Finney McGee's Pub in Bristol. Great food, great times, great people. Check out Finney McGee's. Yeah, somebody better get on that football for the Lions. And after they secure the football right there, that was Finn Johnson, and he pushes the Bristol coverage guy, and I think this is going to be on New Hope.
Yeah, I guess he took exception to
a little frustration.
Yeah, a Bristol player came up to him as he was going to the ground, but with that close of a play, I don't know how you could be upset with him hitting you on the ground. You almost didn't even recover that ball.
Yeah, and it is against New Hope, pushes them back. Thanks also to JT Sons Excavating for powering portions of tonight's action. JC Sons Excavating and Concrete. And owner Jason Tassone proud to bring you portions of tonight's Bristol High School football game. Wishing Coach Ciotti the best of luck. JT and Sons Excavating and Concrete, 1238 Radcliffe Street in Bristol, building a better foundation for our community. Lumio in the backfield with Peterson. As the Lions get back to work with under a minute to go in quarter number 3. Lumio flush from the pocket, throws out of bounds, and nobody around there. This might be another intentional grounding. And did the official drop the flag?
I don't
Not
see
this
it.
time.
Yeah,
not this time. Guess that time it was beyond the line of scrimmage. Still didn't see anybody close to that pass. And looks like that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3. It's just 10 seconds remaining and the Lions still huddling up. So we go to the fourth quarter here on WBCB. Bristol up big, 46-0 here in the PIAA District 1 2A title game. Back with more in a bit.
McCaffrey's Express makes grocery shopping easy. McCaffrey's now offers online shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You get the same in-store prices and no third-party markup. Products are chosen by McCaffrey's own trained staff. Text messages are even accepted for order changes. Shop your way at McCaffrey's Food Markets, online or the app, and earn awards and use digital coupons. McCaffrey's Food Markets in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. Also in Newtown, New Hope, Doylestown, Princeton, and West Windsor.
Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Back to Bristol for fourth quarter action. The Warriors in front 46-0. And it's been the Brady Slate show. And not only Brady, but a lot of different guys factoring in. Been a real team effort on the offensive side of the football, with Slate throwing touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. He's got 2 rushing TDs, and a couple of other guys have taken it into the end zone on the ground game. Lumio in the gun for the Lions. His first play of the fourth quarter. Drops back, looking downfield, flush from the pocket. Nearly going to get sacked. Going to be a hold on Peterson there as he was working against Morris. Also should be an intentional grounding penalty as that throw came off the shoulder, went out of bounds. And the Warriors having some fun here. Why not? Up big on a Saturday night. Set to win there. So a head-to-head hit against New Hope-Solebury plus the intentional grounding, and that's a safety. That's a safety. So it is now 48-0.
Wow.
So talk about a total team effort. Now you got points coming from the defense tonight.
What can't this team do right now?
Wow, that was right there near the goal line. And New Hope-Solebury probably thinking they got a little worked on that call right there. Now, I guess that's the deal. You get the penalty in the end zone, and Bristol picks up 2 more with 11:13 to go. And I think that safety should be credited to Kashawn Morris, number 14, who came in as their backup kicker. So now Reeder with it on the tee. Bristol not expecting a very deep kick at all. Cottrell at the 45, and now he moves up to the 50. And they were thinking of a squib. Instead, a pretty deep kick. Back to get it is Weeks. Or excuse me, Morris with the return. Morris up to midfield, almost to midfield before he is wrestled down. And penalty flag against Bristol for holding. Big thanks to Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. They've perfected the art of making soft pretzels. I love the soft pretzel creativity that they have sometimes with, like, when the Eagles are doing good, they got the Eagle logo on the soft pretzel.
Yeah, those are some cool ones.
Always proud at Papa's Pretzel Place to support Bristol football, and they wish them good luck. And they've had good luck tonight. Papa's Pretzel Place, satisfying your craving for soft pretzels with every twist. A lot of different varieties, including their OMG and their hot dog pretzels. Dips are also available. And with the holidays approaching, Papa's Pretzel Place with pretzel party trays. Papa's Pretzel Place, open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 to 5, Thursday and Saturday, 10 to 7, and on Sundays open 10 to 5. They're closed on Mondays. Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. Timeout taken with 10:15 remaining in quarter number 4. Well, we'll talk about it already. Our player of the game is QB Brady Slate.
That's for sure.
Rushing touchdowns, throwing touchdowns, and now his evening is over as he's on the near sideline, and in at QB is Alex Diaz. Hands off to Johnson, and a good stop by New Hope-Solebury as they drop him behind the sticks, and now 2nd and 12. I was talking with our coordinator of high school athletics activities, Bill Redner, and was telling me that we expect to follow this Bristol team as long as they keep things alive in the postseason. Here the handoff to Morris, And Morris right there. He's trying to put on the brakes and stay in bounds, and no need to do that. Picks up the first down, but with the running clock,
With this
it's just
big
going to
lead,
keep on moving.
with this big lead they have, there's no stopping the clock really, only for a few circumstances.
Winner moves on here. Bristol taking on the District 12 champs, hoping to become a state qualifier. And Coach Ciotti and the team, they have to take a one-game approach. There's Johnson upended by Finn Johnson. Johnson on Johnson stop. Johnson and Johnson.
Whoa.
Pause. Makes it 2nd and 12. Ciotti before the game said, his guys thrive on pressure, and I think that's been kind of the hallmark throughout this season. That's why they felt comfortable in taking on a bunch of 4A teams and having some big challenges in front of them. There, a throw there for Beauplan in the flat is incomplete. Makes it 3rd and 12.
Yeah, well, definitely the experience of those games helps immensely with the games like this. You can just go back to think about those games and really help you with these big-time games where you have a lot on the line.
And every year, that's the case for Bristol. That's why they have 5 district championships already, and now will pick up their 6th tonight. As Alex Diaz, the 6-foot freshman, in the gun. Oh, off of his hands. And he's got to fall. Oh, he does. I thought he fell on it, but he doesn't get it. And I think the Lions pick up the fumble. So Lions with a fumble recovery. And right there, a little celebration on the turnover. Celebrating just something good happening for this team. Something going right on that far sideline tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I believe that's the first time that we heard from the other side cheering for something.
Yeah, they have not had a lot to get excited about tonight and have been overwhelmed by Bristol. And the other thing Coach Ciotti mentioned to me, he said, we don't, we don't rebuild, we reload. And this year, and when you have 5 straight district titles, that's what you have to do. Each year, find some different guys. This year, it feels like with a lot of seniors in those skill position, a little flea flicker action as they pitch it back, and now throw downfield wide open, but they can't connect on the long pass. Again, Ciotti also said they're going to try to spring number 1 and try to get him downfield. They get him downfield, had him open.
Big time, too.
Lumio would love to have that throwback.
Yeah, like a little makeshift flea flicker, just direct snap to the running back. He kind of hands it off to the quarterback. He lets it fly. But all that confusion made the DB kind of misjudge what was going to happen and just gave a free route for the receiver.
Yeah, he was like 20 yards open in the end zone, but
it was wide open.
That pass was probably 5 yards too far for him to get to, as Lumio from the gun looks downfield, and he is nearly brought down, somehow stays on his feet. Johnson almost had a sack, and then the throw is complete. Noah Colon along the far sideline makes the grab, and it's 1st and goal for the Lions from the 6-yard line. Wow, great job there by Chase Lumio. The senior quarterback looked like he was in the grasp, and Uriah Johnson was going to pull him to the turf, but shows his strength, and then a strong throw.
Yeah, not going to really affect the outcome of this game, but a really great bright spot on this for this New Hope team for today. A lot of doom and gloom, so to have something to really hang your hat on, it's going to feel good.
And credit when you get the team down big, but they continue to fight on. And here looking to avoid a shutout. Lumio moves a man in motion, and they flip it to one of the big guys who rumbles down to about the 2. And the ball looked like it came out late. Who was that? That was Slevin's son, the junior.
Bring up 2nd and goal.
Wow, a little deception there. Hide the football. I thought it was Peterson or Lumio. They flip it to the jumbo package.
Yeah, I just saw number 75 running around with a ball. I'm like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be, he shouldn't have the ball.
2nd and goal from the 2. So the Lions on the doorstep. Like you said, not going to be a factor when it comes to the final result, but both Bristol, they want to maintain this shutout, and the Lions motivated here to get something going. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper trying to push into the end zone, and they do. A 2-yard touchdown run for Chase Lumio makes it 48-6 with 2:59 remaining here in tonight's game. And I think a late flag came out. Unfortunately, one of the New Hope-Solebury Lions still down on the turf. So we got an injury timeout here with just under 3 minutes remaining. Well, and now the injured player able to pop back up. So late here in quarter number 4, the Lions get on the scoreboard as they do the old tush-push quarterback sneak. And now with 2:59 to go, Bristol's going to get the football back. And their objective is just to work the remainder of this clock and move on to next week.
Yeah, nothing really more you need to prove here in this game with only 3 minutes left. The game is handily in your grasp. Just try to put the zeros on the clock.
Direct snap there to Peterson, and Peterson dives forward, and the 2-point try is good. So something else for the Lions to celebrate on a very tough night for their football program here, and just up against a juggernaut. They, run into the buzzsaw is what they say, and Bristol, they have kind of been that type of team. When your quarterback throws for 1,000 yards, you have a 1,000-yard running back and a 1,000-yard receiver. You can find a lot of different ways to win.
Yeah, that usually bodes well for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a lot of those guys like Brady Slate, for instance, not only great at QB, but coming into today's game, he had a sack, 3 pass breakups, 2 interceptions on the season as an outstanding defensive back. Cottrell with an interception, a forced fumble, 4 TFLs this year. Braylon Williams, their outstanding running back, one of the team leaders in tackles with an interception and a bunch of pass breakups. So pretty good, and those guys versatile, playing both ways, staying busy, that's for sure. Reeder end over end kick goes off of Morris, who goes back, picks it up at the 25, up to the 30, 35, 40, slips through a couple of tackles before he is flattened. The ball comes out. That is a brutal hit. Both guys are still down on the turf. Tackle there from Zach Piscopo, the junior. And again, New Hope-Solebury continuing to battle in this one and deliver a little bit of punishment. Fortunately for Morris, he's able to get, he is hurt though. He is hurting, I should say. I'm not sure if he is injured, but
he got popped there, so.
Yeah, if there was ever a backbreaker, I believe that's what we just saw right there.
And he needs some help. He gets over to the bench and will get looked at by the trainers. And like we said about Nemeth, hopefully everybody just able to bounce back. And anybody who got shaken up tonight, back to action as soon as possible. Right? They're having Dejan Weeks over there giving Morris like the play-by-play of the hit. That
they are love clowning him right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they are loving it.
Even Coach Oros coming over to with a kind of a wry smile. He knows that.
They're going to
That one was
rewatch
some
that.
punishment.
Yeah, they're going to be rewatching that in film.
Oh, that's great. And then you see Morris give a double thumbs up to Williams, which always good to see. As Diaz pulls it down, hands off to Uriah Johnson. Johnson bangs off one defender, another, finally out of bounds up at the 40-yard line. Another Bristol first down as we get down to the final 90 seconds in this one, and it's going to go by quick with the running clock that Bristol established with a big 33-0 lead at halftime, and then they added a couple more in the third quarter, added a safety in this one for good measure. And now work it down to the 1 minute mark. Diaz here from the gun. Shotgun snap and a designed quarterback run. And loses a little bit. Yeah, player of the game tonight, Brady Slate. And congratulations to Kyleel Cottrell for setting the single season receiving mark earlier in this one. And the Bristol Warriors making some history. Not only Cottrell with that receiving record, but also tonight, Warriors pick up their 6th District 2A title, 6th straight, I should say, 6th in a row now for the Warriors. And they do it in style, 48-8 the final, as they meet at midfield to shake hands. Well, big night here. Thanks so much for being with us. Gus Barber, thanks to our video engineer. Thanks to Mackay Gundy behind the camera and for helping to call the action. Thanks to Bristol for hosting us and setting us up. And I think we'll be with the Warriors next week because their journey continues here on the football field. Thanks to all of our sponsors, St. Mary Medical Center, Jen Shorn for DA, McCaffrey's Food Markets. This has been the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. Thanks to Mill Street Pharmacy, Papa's Pretzel Place, Ralph DiGiuseppe, General Contractor, Finney McGee's Pub, JT & Sons Excavating and Concrete, The Trentonian, all making tonight's game possible. And we thank them here for being with us tonight for Bristol Warrior football as they celebrate a 2A district title. I'm going to head down onto the field, try to grab a quick word with Brady Slate, our player of the game. And so that'll wrap it up for us up here on the rooftop here on a Saturday night. And one final time, it was the Warriors 48. They lift up the trophy at midfield. It was the New Hope-Solebury Lions 8. Thanks for catching high school football tonight on the WBCB Sports Network. Congratulations to the Bristol